What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Spicy Adventures. As you can see, it's kind of dark out right now. I wanted to do a video like this because I haven't seen anybody do a video quite like this yet on the 2024 890 SMT by KTM here. We are going to do a nighttime headlight test. I already know what they look like, but I wanted to show you guys how good these headlights are at night. I will do low beam and high beam runs, so you guys can kind of see the difference of the beam output when they're both on and off. Now, for me, the most important things I should say about headlight output on a motorcycle is depth or range, right, and wideness. So because you gotta be able to see far, and you gotta be able to see what's in front of you when you're on a motorcycle late at night. And I've noticed that with this motorcycle, it has both, even with the stock headlights. Now, I know a lot of people say that, sometimes these headlights, they're not the most appealing looking or whatever. I like the look. I like the look of the KTM headlight, honestly, of these previous models. Again, this is a 2024, so I like the design of this headlight a lot. I know the newer style KTMs have a little bit more of a mono eye with like a mantis style, like DRLs coming around the side here. And it's not quite an enclosed headlight like this one is, but I think you guys will also see how good this headlight is at night. So it's starting to get pretty dark, so without further ado, let's jump on the bike. Let's head on up the hill here on Highway 9 and give you guys a show. It is about 8:20 at night right now. So that's what the headlight looks like right there. Just from firing the bike up, you can see a really clean cutoff there. And you can see how wide the headlight is just in stock form here. No high beams on or nothing right now. It is, the bike is just on, and yeah, that's what it looks like already. So if you're impressed by the way it looks with just the bike sitting still, wait till you see what the lights do when I'm actually moving. So yeah, here we go. I'm purposely going on a twisty, curvy road here so that you can get a sense of what I'm seeing. And this is no high beam right now. You can see how much of the road I can see wideness, like I was talking about earlier. It's a very wide beam, and you can see the turn coming up. You can see how bright the lines are in the road, which is just excellent for night riding. So I am not afraid to ride this motorcycle late at night. I've already ridden it late at night or super early in the morning many times, and every time I have full confidence on what I can see. Now with the low beam on here, it does cut pretty abruptly, so like you really can't see too far ahead when you're leaned over, but in a straight line it shoots really far, which is nice. Like you can see right there when I'm up straight, you can see that curve coming from really far away ahead, which is super nice. This headlight is way more than adequate. Now if you want to see what a high beam looks like, let's flicker on. Bam, look at that. And now the high beam just lights everything up. I can see really far and really wide. Look at that. It's so good. Flicker off because I got headlights coming at me. Flicker back on. Look, I can see this line the whole time here and just trace along it, along these dark roads, which is really nice. Again, high beam off, high beam on. Look at that. Oh my god, so good. Like, look how much wider the beam gets. That's high beam off. Right, you can see how the way it cuts in, and look at this, boom, and you can see how wide the beam gets now, plus how much higher the beam gets and how much more you can see. Even when you're leaned over, like, you can see quite a bit further when you're leaned over now. This is just lovely. I love riding this bike at night or in the dark. Again, high beams off. It gets a little bit dark, can't really see. Boom, high beam on, all of a sudden you can see everything, you know. I'm hoping that the camera can pick this up, or is picking this up, because honestly I can see a lot of stuff, like all the reflectors in the middle of the road. That's something to pay attention to when you're riding at night, because that's a big indicator of where the road's going. So when you see those reflectors flickering and bouncing off of your headlight, like, you know that the road is like getting windy or twisty, right? Like, look at that. High beam off because I got headlights coming at me. High beam on, and look at that. That is just glorious. You can see so much stuff when the high beam is on. It's so lovely. I really dig it. Look at that. I can see the road is curving. I mean, I know these roads too, don't get me wrong. I ride these roads a lot in the dark and during the day, so I know this is a big left-hand sweeper. Then after this, I know that's another big right-hand sweeper. But just the confidence I have with my vision. High beam off. Okay, well, we'll roll the high beam off for a little bit. As you can see, again, like, now I really can't see that far in front of me, but it's still far enough to be safe, even when you're leaned over. I am so happy with this bike. Just everything about it is exactly what I wanted. The power, the handling, the weight, the looks, the sound, and now the nighttime rideability. Unbelievable. High beam on. Look at this. Oh my god. Now I can really see these corners coming. But look how clear that line is. Look how clear the drawings, the painting of the lines are on the road. Like, you can really trace the line now. My Aprilia headlights were not this good. Not at all. They were a little bit dim. You can see kind of far, especially like if you aim the headlights. Like, I had to aim the Aprilia headlights pretty high to be able to get this kind of view. But this bike, there's really no need. Like, I haven't made any adjustments at all. This is just what it looks like from the factory. My 390 Adventure, I had to add fog lights or floodlights because I couldn't see this well. Now, do I still want to add floodlights? Heck yeah, I do. But that would just enhance the nighttime visibility even more. So I can't wait to do that. I'm probably going to throw the same floodlights on this bike that I have on the 390 Adventure, which is the Baja Design S1 headlights. Yeah, those lights are Super good for being like mid $200 headlights. Getting a little bit of that coastal fog right now too. Look at that. Oh, look at this difference down this long straight. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my word. It's beautiful. But look how far you can see. Just no high beam, right? And boom, high beam. It's just, now you can see, actually see the trees and stuff. Yeah, it's just lovely. Good job, KTM, on the headlights on these 790, 890 models. Gosh, I just have so much confidence riding at night like this. Of course, you got to be a little bit careful because there could be something in the road or a deer running out at you or something. That's definitely happened to me a few times. But easy to navigate when you're not going too fast. Like, I'm just cruising along at like 40 miles an hour here. Now here comes a little bit more of that fog. Now it's gone again. And now it's back again. This is what usually happens when you get up here around this height, now this elevation. You start to get a lot of this fog. It's more of just like coastal clouds rolling in than fog. It can be pretty thick and it can be really wet sometimes, almost like rain. Look at that. Oh, even when it's foggy like that, the high beam still does so good. Like, look, you can see how much is bouncing off of everything now in the fog. Yeah, that's just beautiful. And we'll do a downhill run here as well, so you guys can see the light output when I'm going downhill. Oh, we're getting pretty thick right here. Now remember, guys, when the fog starts getting thick, turn off your high beams and just run your low beams, okay? You actually get better vision. Because look at that, you can't see anything now with high beam like that. We got a few people hanging out over here, per usual. Let's keep going. No time to hang out with these guys. Downhill run. Again, just use your low beam right now. It's a little too foggy. Don't want to use high beam. But look at that. That high beam just makes everything so much worse. Can't see anything now. There's that S2000 coming back. They're trying to chase each other up and down this mountain road. You gotta go home sometimes. Turn on the high beam for this long left-hand sweeper so I can see a little bit more of the corner. I'm hoping you guys can see this difference, and I'm hoping you guys can see how good this headlight is. Like, as soon as I have a little bit of unconfidence, right, coming into a corner, you just flick that high beam on and you can see the whole corner. And so I love that the high beam can make you see farther and wider. It's not an adaptive headlight either. Like, it doesn't turn with you. You know, the headlight just stays put. That's why, like, when the high beam is off like this and you lean into a corner, like, it's harder to see, right? Because the line cuts, so you can't quite see as far ahead as you. So here's the downhill run with just the low beam. Still very adequate. Look at all this in a straight line, low beam only. See how good it is. And now you guys will see it in the corner here as I approach this corner. When you lean it over, the inside line kind of disappears. The inside line kind of disappears when you lean over, when the low beam's on. But all of a sudden you flick high beam, and that, oh, let me go back to low beam because this guy's coming. Whoa, that guy was screeching his tires, man. That big ass truck. Need to chill out, homie. Oh, so lovely. So lovely. That's something that is not thought about enough, I think, when people are buying motorcycles, is how good are the headlights. You know, it didn't matter to me that much back in the day because I didn't ride at night during my first few years of riding. But as I moved to the Bay Area up here and into the Santa Cruz Mountains, I started riding at night a lot more because of my work schedule, and I started to realize I need really good headlights. So that's why the 390 Venture was pretty good. Like, you could see far, but it was just a little dim, and then it wasn't that wide in front of you. So that's why I had to go with those Baja S1 floodlights. But now that I have those on, I can ride that bike at night all day, no worries. Those S1 floodlights are so good. See, with the high beam on, I have so much confidence in that line not disappearing, because I can still see most of it. I can still see some reflection off of the reflectors here. Again, high beam off. You guys can see some of these corners, or not see. So even with the low beam, I'm still very impressed. Like, look how far I can see with just the low beam. I still know that this left-hand sweeper is coming up. I really commend KTM with this headlight design and the light output. This is one of the best headlights I've ever had out of all my motorcycles. Some of the older bikes with like the halogens, right? Like my old CBR 600RR with the halogen lights, like those were like really bad at night. Like, you really can't see anything out in the dark like this. But this day and age with LEDs, man, game changer for sure. Now we're gonna come on this tight downhill section here. God, I love the brakes on this bike so much. Like, just look at the vision. I could just see where the road's going with all the reflectors just bouncing off the light. Know exactly where the road is going. Even on a tight turn like that, I have full confidence. And again, I do know these roads, so I do have that advantage as well of knowing where these roads are and knowing where they go. But the lights do help. They do help with my confidence and how fast I can go. Like right now I'm not even pushing. I would normally ride faster than this at night, but I want you guys to see how good these headlights are. Look at that, that's beautiful. Almost feels like I'm riding during the day. That's how confident I feel. Almost. Oh, it's so good. So that's something I want you guys to think about. When you're wanting to buy a motorcycle, what kind of riding do you want to do? Do you want to ride late at night? Think about your lighting. Lighting matters so much. It enhances your all-day rides, your late night rides. You know, you're not as hesitant to get on the bike and do some late night fun runs, right? You know, to go out and not even sweat it. You want to go to the beach at night? You could do it. You want to go camping at night? You could do it. You want to leave early to work? You could do it. It all becomes available and much more doable when you have a great lighting system. Pull into my starting spot here, just so you guys can see again all the stuff I can see. Look at this. It is just gorgeous. Super good headlight. Oh yeah, baby. Good job, KTM, with the headlight. Again, this is high beam on, high beam off. It's a joy. It is a true joy. And now, check out these running lights. It looks so cool. I think that looks so cool. I love it. Well, guys, again, when you guys get on a motorcycle and you're ready to buy one, think about your headlight situation. It is something that gets often overlooked. Lighting means everything when you actually want to ride. You know, you want to be able to see where you're going at all times. And whether it's adding floodlights, fog lights, aux lights, or just having a good headlight by itself, that's something to really consider, okay? So, take it from me. I've been riding for about 10 years, and, you know, for about the last 2 years now, I've been finally riding with really good headlights, and riding at night now is just such a joy. And even in bad weather too, like you can still see really well with these KTM headlights or with your aftermarket floodlights. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments when it comes down to riding at night and your headlighting, and if it's something you guys enjoy as well. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.